Hello everyone, it's Emaphant here, and I'm back with a brand new speed build. So today we're doing something a little different. I actually put a vote for this on my Twitter account, so if you don't follow me, you wouldn't have seen that, hint hint, but I'll link all that information in the bottom. But what we voted on was 3 different choices, and we ended up picking a glamping site, which is a glamour camping site? Something like that. Anyway, so we're doing like a fancy campsite. So I kind of was playing with this idea. I've seen some really cool pictures of things like this on Pinterest, and I think it sounds really fun. Like, I really enjoy camping, but sometimes it's like a little rough around the edges, if you know what I mean. So I was kind of interested to see like this whole glamping idea and kind of what that looked like, and I wanted to play around with it in The Sims. So we kind of go along with that concept. Obviously, we have some permanent structures here that you can see me working on that are kind of borderline camping, but to kind of go with that idea, I wanted this place to basically have no electricity, no hot water / no running water. We do have a toilet and a sink and a bathtub. Just for playability, I wanted you guys to be able, if you wanted to download this, actually be able to play on this lot and have people stay here and have it function fully. So I kind of figured with that stuff that you might have all of these things, but you'd have like a water tank or something like that, like a not sewer system. What's the word for that? Tell me in the comments if you know what word I'm looking for, but like a tank that you put in a house. It's kind of like an off-the-grid thing. I can't think of the word right now, but that was kind of my mentality with it. So we'll kind of see that stuff as we go along with it. But yeah, so we have just a couple of spaces that don't have full walls. We'll get some mosquito netting here in a little bit. And I wanted to build like a lot of this build is really focused on nature. So you'll see me building this kind of rock pond here / rock pool here. We get a lot of landscaping in. Obviously, these plants are gorgeous in the new stuff pack. So I really just wanted to build this build to kind of explore all the different things that we got in terms of jungle life and jungle aspects. That was my main focus here, and I am so thrilled with how these plants looked. They are so beautiful, and I think that they're going to be really useful. I really like that we got a lot of different sizes and shapes of plants that we might not necessarily have had before. So like the bougainvillea that goes as a climbing plant, I'm obsessed with bougainvillea. Like if I lived in a warmer place, I would have bougainvillea all over my house, but unfortunately it gets too cold here in the winter, so I can't do that. It would all die. But I think it's really cool. And then we got, here in a little bit, you'll see me putting in these really big kind of leafy ground cover things. What are they called? I don't know, but they're like ferny ground cover kind of things. And we got those kind of stick climbing things. I don't know what those are called. They look like birds of paradise, but I don't think they are birds of paradise. Like the flowers look like birds of paradise. We actually do get, I think, actual birds of paradise as some of the vining, like hanging down plants as well as opposed to the bougainvillea which grows up. So I don't know. Really excited about the plants, y'all. Like really excited about the plants. So most of this build is focused on that and just exploring different things to do with that. And yeah, I mean, the only closed room in this entire build is in the center here where you can kind of see as I'm placing all these windows. That's going to be the bathroom. Everything else it has probably one wall, like 1 or 2 walls. There's some really funky shapes, so that's why I say 1 or 2 walls. It's kind of one wall, but I did a lot with more on a diagonal, which I don't usually do, but I kind of wanted to play with that considering that this is so open that like I don't really have a floor plan per se, so I didn't really have to worry about that kind of thing. So wanted to play around a little bit more with diagonal building, and yeah, we do that. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting. I don't know how many people would enjoy playing with this type of lot. Like it is obviously a rental property because it's in the new world and you can't live there full time, but I thought it might be interesting. So that is available on the gallery should you like to download it. You can follow me on the gallery at Emaphant. That's my username everywhere if you want to find me for the most part. So feel free to check that out if you're interested in this. Yeah, so I also, a couple seconds ago, did all of these curtains around what I'm kind of considering the master suite. That to me, it's going to be mosquito netting and your entire sense of privacy. So we'll do a bunch more curtains in this other kind of open space. We do that is 2 twin beds. And then of course we have the bigger bed that we've already placed. So 4 Sims can come here. There are a couple of those like woohoo bushes. I forget what they're called exactly, but like the ones that you can also sleep in as well as go to the bathroom and woohoo in. So if you wanted to have more, like you could, there's a place for them to nap. There's also going to be 2 couches. There's going to be a couch and a love seat in a little while. So there are more places if you guys wanted more than that, but like, I don't know. I wanted it to be just really about the nature, not really about like the furniture. And obviously because it's also a rental place, there's not a lot of clutter or other things like that you would usually find in a build that I usually like to do. So it's a pretty simple build. Like it's very, very, very much focused on the landscaping, on just enjoying these plants and trying to make it so your Sims are outdoors, enjoying nature, enjoying the jungle. Like that was the entire point of this space. So it's very simple in terms of other things for fun or like skill building. None of those require electricity at all. So just keep that in mind. We'll see it a little bit when we actually get to that point, but like it's very much about like going out to explore the jungle, doing things related to this pack or just related to nature. I know I backpacked a lot growing up, so like I'm used to having family vacations in which no cell phone, no computer, no TV, like none of that, no internet, none of that stuff. You just go out and you would hike up this mountain and like sleep on the mountain. And we would usually go in Colorado, so obviously that's not going to be warm and hot like this jungle, but kind of same idea, you know, where you kind of get away from the hustle and bustle of city life or just your daily routine of responsibilities and everything, and can kind of just enjoy like the nature and the animals around you and the beautiful scenery and all that stuff. So I kind of liked this idea of like running with that, where it would have been like really nice to say backpacking is not as nice as this. I will say that. Definitely no running water whatsoever. Most running water, I put in air quotes, that we had was like streams, because obviously those move, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't know. I thought it'd be fun. I thought this would be an interesting place as a vacation spot for your Sims to go. And I put these cracks in the wall, which I really actually like these cracks. I think they look a lot better than some of like the vampire pack scratches. But I did that to kind of keep going with that idea that this is a campground type of thing. It's a little bit more run down. It is glamping, but like it's natural. It's very open, and I didn't want it to feel too perfected because it is supposed to be a campsite, if a very fancy campsite. So wanted to play around with that, see how it goes. These plants that you can see me placing in the master bedroom are the ones that I thought looked like birds of paradise. I think that they are, but I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, also I wanted to mention before I forgot, you'll see me periodically flipping up and down the foundation to a flat foundation, and then I think I have it in like 4 steps. So if you didn't know, if you have bigger plants or really anything that you want to place too close to your foundation that it's popping up and kind of making it hover in midair, if you put your foundation all the way to flat, place your item, and then pop your foundation back up to where you wanted it to be, it'll leave the item on the ground. So super, super useful behind this structure that I'm doing. I did that a ton to place everything actually on the ground and then lift my structure back up to where I wanted it to be. So, and of course you need move objects on sheet to do that because you will be intersecting the foundation technically. So, but if you didn't know, like that'll work. That way you can kind of place plants a little closer to the foundation instead of having them be really far away or be hovering midair, because obviously no one really wants that. So doing some more mosquito netting curtains here. I wanted something that felt really natural, like realistic, because obviously if you're in a jungle, like it's probably rainforest. Like this looks like a rainforest. So you're going to have a lot of bugs. You're going to have a lot of humidity and other things that grow and like live very easily in those environments. So I kind of wanted to play with that while keeping the structure very much natural and very much exposed to the elements of the world around you, because it's so beautiful. I still wanted to have some privacy and have a way to kind of seclude yourself and get away from whatever it is that you wanted to get away from. Probably bugs. That's the main thing here, I would think. So that pretty much actually covers almost all of the inside areas that we have. We'll put a little structure over on the left-hand side in a little while and get some more skill building and fun activities there. But I wanted to put this living area entirely outside and entirely so you would just kind of be looking at the jungle, looking at nature, and very, very, very much exposed. Like I really wanted to be true to that concept of this is in the jungle, you're here to be in the jungle and be around nature. So almost everything is very much outdoors, very much has visibility to the scenery around, because it's so beautiful. Like, if you guys haven't looked at pictures of this world or something like that, like if you didn't get this pack, please like look at pictures. I put a bunch of screenshots at the end of this video too, just because I was so excited about it. So we'll have some extra screenshots at the end that are literally just basically pictures of this world, because it's so beautiful. And I sat there and I sped up time so I could have pictures of this at sunset and at like dusk time, because the sunsets are so pretty in this world. Like, definitely, I would recommend you guys stick around to see that, or if you don't want to, go on Twitter or someplace else and look at just screenshots of this world, because I think it's the most beautiful world in The Sims to date. I think I would make that claim. Like, it's really, really, really pretty. And I think it's really well done in terms of the depth of it as well. Like, there's a lot of detail in the plants and in the world around it. Not just in terms of the actual world, but like, there's just like a lot of details. And I mean, I haven't really played with gameplay too much yet. If you haven't noticed by my channel, I like to build in The Sims. I don't necessarily play The Sims all that much. But I think they did a really good job of making this world feel like a true, full, and complete world. Like, it doesn't feel like just a shell or just like a set piece. You know, it feels like there's a complete other side of it. Like, you can continue. If you kept going through the jungle, you'd find something else. And it's not just, you know, it's not a set piece. Like, it's not a TV set kind of thing is what I'm thinking. So I think they did a great job with that. I still have to play with the gameplay a little bit more before I would make any claims on that. But I think that's a cool pack. I really like it. I love the plants. They're so cool. The plants are the best part. The plants are like, so good. I do wish we had a couple more like furniture kind of things. I mean, everybody knows counters are a little challenging in The Sims right now. And I like the counters that we got. I do not understand why we didn't get islands. Like, that's just really strange to me that we didn't get islands with these countertops. I don't think that's ever happened in The Sims before, that we got new countertops and we did not get island with them. So that was a bit of a letdown, but the countertops that we did get are really pretty. They're really nice. I think I'll probably be using them quite a bit because they're a little bit simple, but they're not boring. I think some of the other countertops that we have that are simple enough for me to like in common use are just boring, plain, and they don't have a lot of detail or texture to them. So I did like that. We're working on a little like archaeology station here. We'll end up getting a bookshelf, and then we'll be tucking a painting easel near this, not in this little structure piece, but nearby it. So we got a bunch of things for fun or for skill building here. Still very much focusing on unplugging, I guess, is how I would describe it, you know? I did not want a TV in this build. I didn't want anything that would kind of call you back to technology. I wanted it to be very, very simple. And you'll also notice, like, all of the lights are all candles. And I did put those little, like, string lights or fairy lights in there. In my mind, those are solar powered. They're not electricity. My boyfriend looked at this build and he was like, Emily, you have like powered lights right there. What are you doing? I was like, no, they're solar powered. It's chill. Like, come on. So just go with me on that. Like, this is very much a green home. That just about wraps it up. I hope that you guys enjoyed this build. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!